if you'd like to start setting some intentions for what it means for you to connect more deeply with your higher self's truth. We could call that the sacred true self. We could call that our soul. What do you call it? Let's open the chat and see what people would call the part of themselves that's most true. What kind of word are you comfortable with? I know we're just a few of us here, but I'd love to hear from anyone who wants to share while other people arrive. Some words are, like I said, higher self, true self, soul. In some traditions, it's called the whole self. I'm looking for or kind of like the self leader. And I'm going to just talk a little bit about how connecting with our intuition and our deeper connection to what is most real for us, how that might work out in our daily life. So oftentimes we don't need a resource like that until the going gets a little tough, right? Until we're frustrated or upset or disappointed or hurt or frozen or in pain or in shock. And then it's like, oh, wow. Okay, right now I could use a little bit of truth and support and love and resources from something other than me. Like, I know that that's how I function. I might go through my days feeling pretty good, pretty balanced, and then something shocking happens in the world or in myself, in my body. And that's when I start to pray or ask for help. What I love about connecting regularly with what is most sacredly true within ourselves is that the felt experience of that is known all the time instead of only in the moments of need. But in the moments of need, it's much easier to be in that leadership of I search for the right word, but the deeper level of one's being that can, in a sense, understand that even the suffering is a part of the journey, that even the emotions are happening within something that is very loving, which is you, which is me. And each of us is uniquely that within, right? And so it gives us a little bit more room, a little bit more space. I think some of us are, for some reason, the system didn't work today to mute everyone when they got here. So if you guys can just check and mute yourself.
I'm here to do that too.
Okay, thanks, honey. And if any of you are coaches, which I think a whole bunch of you are, because I know you, this is a really beautiful meditation journey to guide a client through, or a friend or a child or your partner, whoever will join the party with you and practice this. And when we help someone to connect more with their true self, I'm having all kinds of, you guys know me, I'm always having technical problems. My silence is on my phone, but it keeps beeping. Oh, well, maybe it's a sign. So when we help someone, we are helping them connect with their true self, with their sense of that, not our idea of that. So when I guide you, it's a little harder in a sense with a big group, because I need to use language that's really open and allows you to fill in what is your truth, what is your higher self, who are your helpers whether that's comes through for you as a color or an emotion or an animal or an angel or an ancestor or a guide. There's never ending possibilities of what might be your guides and your support. So you'll notice that in this meditation journey, I'm going to use a lot of different kinds of language and opening statements for you to fill in. As we begin, I would love us to prepare with, we're going to prepare with a little breathing, a little grounding, some clearing, because it is difficult to feel into what's most true if we're filled with thoughts and sensations and emotions and stress just from our everyday experience, right? I went swimming this morning to really clear before leading this meditation. But for me, that's the metaphor for really clearing is water. But what is it for you? For some people, we can imagine like I'm going to give you some options, and I would love you to write in the chat. What do you do to most easily feel clear? It might be a very practical thing, like you take a shower or you take a walk. It might be you do breathing practice. It could be you imagine kind of light coming down and around you, or wind, or that you use your hands in some way to clear. All of these are great options. It could be that you tone or make sounds or sing, pray, beautiful, journal, meditation, beautiful. So we'll be doing that, and you do what works for you as we do the clearing. Now, one thing I want to do right from the beginning, even before we start, is just take a moment now to close your eyes. And when I say imagine, you don't have to see anything. You can let it be a felt experience, a thought, words, a memory, whatever comes to you. But notice what you would like, using your imagination, what you would like your guide or angel that helps you understand more about your own true self. What would you like them to be like? Do you want them to be funny? Do you want them to be very beautiful or shimmery or very grounded? Do they come in a certain form, just using your imagination as though you were telling yourself a story or you were telling a 5-year-old a story? What would your helper in the mystical level be like, who's helping you understand more about your true self, your soul, your higher self, your inner truth? You can imagine them however you like. And when we do this, we're using our creativity, our creative mind, our imagination to direct us into a situation in our meditation that makes us more likely to feel and know and receive guidance from our helpers for our higher self. And let's just take this preparation another minute. And let's see, do you have a question for the part of you that's most true, a guidance you wish to receive? It could be, tell me what I'm most meant to, and you finish. Or share with me some wisdom about. So we're asking kind of open-ended questions, setting an intention for our higher self, our true self, or our guides, our teachers about our true self to give to us, so we can receive that depth of loving wisdom. And it makes us expand a bit when we do this. It makes our intuition become easier. more clear because we're connecting with that inner truth. And this connection might be a felt experience in the body. It might come through messages like sounds, words, thoughts. It might come through images or memories. It might be metaphorical and we might not know exactly what it means, but we'll remember the scene or the event that we're given by our guides. And let's just begin. So you've imagined, using your creativity, what you would like your helper, your guide, your angel that supports you in understanding more about your true self. You've imagined them in some way and just go with it. Your creative mind is perfect for this. And you have, or you are now setting an intention or a question, something you would like to receive in the journey. Okay, and we'll just begin by breathing and connecting. So I like to put a hand on my stomach and a hand on my heart. And I like to feel my toes, wiggle my toes a little bit, feel the ground under me. If you're sitting in another kind of position where maybe your legs are crossed, you might wiggle a little side to side, feeling your sits bones. Or if you're lying down, just feeling your back against the surface under you. And just beginning to really connect with the body as you breathe. Feeling into every breath. And letting the flow, the timing of your breath, just allowing it to be natural and guided by your body. You might like saying to yourself, breathing in, I feel connected. Breathing out, I feel grounded, secure. Or some other words. Or listening to the silence as you breathe. As you breathe, you may also want to listen to your body and notice the flow of your energy in your body. Just noticing with each breath where your attention goes. And letting every exhale be very luxurious, stretching out. Breathing in and feeling connection, feeling the body. Breathing out and just allowing, letting go, expanding. And when you're ready, imagining a beautiful pillar of light in the center of your body, extending from the top of your head down through the center of your body, all the way down to your sits bones. And then that beautiful light connecting to light in earth. And it's as though you have another tube or cord or channel of light that extends from the base of your spine and your sits bones down into the light of earth. And that beautiful light just glows and illuminates and connects with your legs, your seat, your belly and lower back. That light fills you. You feel it in your center, in your heart, in your collarbones and back body, face, all the way through your hair or around your head. And you feel that light just glowing all around you. And whenever you need, you can connect to the earth's light and feel that grounding source as it illuminates, shines. Your light can be a warm light or a cool light, whatever your body needs today. And you can also just allow that light to make a whole bubble around you. And this bubble is a bubble of love, a bubble of luminosity and protection. It's like a big filter system. And it only lets the good in. So just allowing yourself to breathe here in a grounded energy, feeling that light in you and around you in your own way. It might be a very quiet, subtle way. It might be a very wide, open way. And we're just going to call in any resources that you're already familiar with. This could be resources of certain sounds or colors or words. This could be your connection to your own tradition, to your family, to nature, to certain emotions. And I'm just going to share that pink and love are resources that are present here for us if we wish to connect with them. The color pink and that sense of universal love, the loving heart that can go anywhere and everywhere and within us all at the same time. And let's just bring to mind a place in nature we love going. And just imagining that place in nature in your own way. You might notice details of that place in nature. You might notice the quality of the air or the textures or smells. And take your time feeling, knowing, allowing your creative mind to support you in making this inner world of this place in nature that is so supportive, so giving, so loving. And in this place in nature, there's somewhere that's especially helpful to you to clear away any energy, just like removing cobwebs or taking a shower or inviting sunshine or wind or warmth to support you in clearing anything from the ordinary or the difficult or just anything hanging out that you wish to clear away. So there's somewhere in your place of nature that's especially for clearing. It could be with the support of a beautiful tree, a waterfall. It could be birds that come and just gently, without touching you, the birds clear your energy, or the butterflies. Or it's just being there and feeling the sun on your face, feeling the wind, the air. Maybe it's raining. And just setting that intention. I clear, I let go, I release what doesn't serve me so that I may connect even more deeply with my own true self. and with my helpers and guides that support me in knowing my own true self. Take your time just knowing that your breath is a resource. Your body is present. And just imagining in your place in nature that you have a special way of moving or traveling. You can choose what way. It might be that you fly or swim. It might be a really cool bicycle or roller skate or something else. You ski. It might be that you just think of where you want to go and you're there. So notice your way of traveling in this place in nature. And as you do this, you're connecting even more deeply with your own intuition and your creative mind. And even if you don't know them yet, all your guides and helpers are there for you. They might be part of the nature scene. They might be supporting you in imagining it. They might be a warm, welcoming presence. And in this inner scene, which you are feeling or knowing or seeing or even telling yourself like a story, in this place in nature, there's some kind of path or walkway. It could be a staircase, could be an elevator or an escalator. And you notice what it's made of. It might have rock or brick or wood, glass, metal, sand, shells. Just notice what your path or stairs or elevator or escalator is made of. Notice its shape. And as you notice, if you wish, you can walk on it and allow that stairs or path or escalator or elevator to take you to the next level of your place in nature, of your inner landscape. And however you are choosing to move on this path, enjoy it. Notice each step. Breathe and allow yourself to feel, oh, I'm going to that next place. The quality of the air might shift a little bit. A feeling inside might change. Your body might give you a different sensation or action. Maybe your fingertips move or your breath changes. Maybe it's just an awareness or a color. And when you're there at that next place in nature, it's like the next level of this inner landscape. Notice if the colors are a little different, if you're seeing it, or if the feeling changes. And this is even closer to your own inner truth. So this part of your place in nature resonates even more deeply with your soul, with your true, authentic essence. It might be that the body changes a little bit. and you sense it more as a relaxation. Or it might be that you sense it more through a word or an imagining. And here you notice the textures, and you can create them with your imagination. What textures are there? Are there rocks? Are there leaves or plants or trees? Is there sky? Are there animals? Are there sounds? What are the sounds like? And you can think them, imagine them, make them. The sounds might be related to the elements. The sounds might be coming from amazing animals or people, insects, or the wind. And just allowing this. It might be a feeling you have as you allow this. And in this wonderful next level of your inner resource, of the place that you are creating, allow your body to move a little. It might be your hands move a little, or you gently kind of wiggle a little in your seat, or you feel even like your ears are opening a little, your throat is opening a little, your heart is opening a little, your back body, your hips, your legs, just you're letting yourself get a little bigger, taking up a little more space there. And at the level that feels comfortable for you, knowing that you have your own special mode of travel, let yourself imagine traveling in this landscape in your own way. It might just be through a thought. I want to go up. I want to go to the cave. I want to go to the beautiful grove of trees. I want to go to the ocean. I want to go to where that fountain is. It might be through imagining a flying or a swimming or a walking or a skipping or a dancing, whatever comes to you, a really cool bicycle or car. And just notice where you go. And when you get there, invite yourself to connect here with your guide, angel, support for knowing even more about your true self, your higher self, your soul level. And this might be just a way that you invite through an intention. It might be you invite your angel or guide through imagining them, or you just get a quick thought or a quick feeling or a quick image of your guide or angel or more than one. And when you do, just say hello and allow yourself to enjoy the presence of being with this support, this loving, kind, maybe curious, maybe funny, maybe deep, maybe very quiet support. And you can invite your creative mind, your imagination to help you. And if you feel the journey more in your body, allow that. You don't need thoughts. You don't need images. You don't need sounds. You can enjoy the journey through the body's experience, through the feelings you have. And see if there's a place or a way of being with your guide that feels just right. It could be imagining smelling flowers or feeding the birds or going for a swim or just quietly watching the view. And as you do this, just breathing and enjoying the felt experience of being with a helper, with a guide whose purpose is to support you in knowing your own true self a little more. If you have a question or an intention to receive or to know or to learn, this is a great time to ask your guide. And your question, your intention might be anything at all. It might be about a part of your life, your deeper purpose, your gifts, your learning, your challenges, whatever it is. And your guide will share with you in their own way. You might notice something there in your mind's eye or in your thoughts. Just noticing something new, and that's your guide sharing. Or your guide might open a book suddenly and show you a page, or give you information through movement or feeling, or a word or an image. So knowing that you're held in this loving, supportive space, allow yourself to receive your guide's communication. Allow it to feel natural in your system, however it comes. And if it's quiet, enjoy the quiet. Enjoy the space. And know that as you receive, you can breathe, ground your energy, and open your heart. Let your hands move a little if they wish to move. Let your body gently move if it wishes. It might just be one finger, one smile. And if you have more curiosity about your true self, about your life, your world, or about your soul truth in other worlds, in other selves, in other realities, whatever your curiosity is, share this with your guide. And like a very patient, kind teacher, your guide in their own way will support you. When you're ready, thank your guide, thank yourself, feel your body as you acknowledge what has been brought here with yourself, with your higher self, with your guide. Acknowledge this within your being, within that central channel of light, allowing it to expand through your whole body and through the whole scene, the whole natural landscape of this beautiful place in nature at this level of sharing with your angel or guide. And when you're ready, thank your creative mind. Thank this reality, this place in nature this dimension, and going back to the path or the stairs or the elevator or the escalator. Take your time moving back down or through that way, that path, or that staircase, or that elevator or escalator. Move slowly back to that first place in nature where there was that beautiful place where you allowed yourself to clear thoughts and energy and feelings. You can remember that place you went to there. And now you're going to find another place in this landscape. This is a place of deep peace and presence. It might be under a tree or next to a little house. It might be by the fountain, if there is a fountain, or a stream. You choose. This is a place of inner resources, of inner peace, of stillness and quiet. And as you go there, you take a certain posture. It could be you imagine sitting the way you're sitting now, or lying down, or a new way. It might be that even right now in both realities, you change something about your posture. It could be your hands take a different position, or your shoulders move a little. And here in this place of deep inner resources, you breathe and connect with your own body, with your own inner flow, with your silence. And your guide is always with you. Your true self is always here, because your true self is you, and you are your true self. And as you sit or lie or just allow this deep inner resource, you breathe and connect. Your body feels this presence that is you, just as though a layer of film or dust has been easily released, so that this inner truth is just felt a little more, a little closer, shining brighter. And as you breathe and feel, you allow yourself this rest, this renewal, this connection. And all the animals and creatures and all the guides and angels are joyfully, lovingly surrounding you and sharing in your blessings and in your peace. They honor you. And just like an acorn grows into a tree, you feel that preciousness, that possibility, that knowing in your heart or gut or wherever it is that you imagine or feel or know it, this potential that you are, this reality that you are. And when you're ready, take one more moment to enjoy this beautiful system, this beautiful place in nature. And taking a deep breath in and a full breath out, you're going to rejoin the room and space-time where you are right now. And that place in nature is always there for you. It's always a resource. So you can, in your own way, allow it to be here for you, behind you or next to you, or just a thought away as you come more fully into your own ordinary reality. And as you breathe and connect, just start to move your fingers, and you can tap your fingers, taking your thumb to each finger, connecting your body, your nervous system. If you prefer, you can tap all the fingers together or hold the hands together in prayer position. Whatever feels right. And opening your eyes. And we're just going to, when you're ready, we're going to bring our hands together. And just like that center line in the body, we're just going to let the hands move up and down once or twice, whatever feels right. You can take the hands all the way down so they're pointing down to the earth. And just imagining just like a beautiful tree that has broad, huge branches. That tree also has a deep root system that goes down and out. So let your root system go down and out, grounding and connecting you to the earth and to this reality now. That beautiful reality of that place in nature is always there. And we can live in this connection and relationship with both. And we can shift whenever we want into that place of deeper resources. So, how are you guys doing? I'd love to hear how that was for you. Did you receive some information, some images or feelings? Hi, Lisa.
Hi there. Hi there. Thank you. Very lovely meditation. For
Yeah.
me, I noticed that I had a lot of impatience and a lot of frustration coming up, which I love meditations, but that was really coming in fully for me.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
frustration and yeah, like an impatience. In, and I was like not sure what to do with it. Yeah.
That's interesting. As you think of it now, if you're to welcome that frustration, is there a curiosity you have? You said, I don't know what to do with it. Is there anything it could tell you that it needs?
I it basically was saying trust. It's like trust the process, trust yourself, and be patient, like asking me to be patient with myself and be patient with myself, literally.
Yeah, that's great. And sometimes this is going to sound kind of weird, but sometimes that frustration, it's a part of us that just wants to be acknowledged, loved, welcomed. And when we do that, whatever the practice is that we're doing when that arises, it arises for me, you know, not uncommonly it'll arise. It's like it's like something is showing up that suddenly has space and room to be given to, that in the rest of life things are too busy to give to it. So that's how I personally deal with it when frustration or impatience or anxiety shows up when I'm doing any practice, as I try to welcome it and see what it needs. And if it needs to take a walk or something, then, of course, give it that. If the practice is not the right thing for it and it wants to go into breathing or something else, I trust that frustration is a part of oneself that now has room, and it's being honored so that it can tell us what it needs.
Wow.
Yeah.
Lovely. Thank you.
Thank you
Thank you
for
very much.
sharing. And I know that's kind of a hard thing to share sometimes when that shows up. So I honor you, every part of you. Thank you, Lisa.
Thank you, Maggie. Thank you.
And Joan, hi.
I'm Magali.
How are
Thank you again for I had an incredible experience with a new insight on forgiveness. My birth mother left when I was just turning 4, and I reconnected when I was 35, and then there were other connections throughout my lifetime. And she turned on me in the end and wouldn't have anything to do with me. And there's been a lot of effort to forgive. And I know forgiveness is like peeling an onion away. And I've been through that like over the years. But what came to me today, all of my guides that I know are my guides, like people from my life that are passed on, all showed up today. And I was having this incredible experience all the way through. And then all of a sudden, my mother came to my mind, and my efforts to forgive and to allow the closeness that should be there. It's been a very, very slow process. But what came to me so clearly was a sense of protection. All of a sudden, all my guides, they put a light all around me, and there was protection. And the realization that I had was that the vitriol that she was pouring on me had nothing to do with me. I think I came sooner than she wanted. She wasn't ready to have a child, and I came. And then I know when my sister came, she was very angry, and she didn't want a second baby. And I recognized that negativity that she poured out on us, and when we were little, and she left when we were I was just turning 4. My sister's 14 months younger than me.
Wow.
That is part of why I've had trouble forgiving and allowing the connection, and this white light of protection around me with all of my guides. There were 5 of them surrounding me. And it was so freeing to recognize that I didn't have to work so hard at trying to forgive her and to reconnect. And I can't even put it into words, Magali. It was just so incredibly, I guess you could say, healing. It was a healing for me.
Oh,
and a freedom, a release.
Oh,
so I thank you for guiding us in this and for allowing that to happen for me.
Thank you. Thank you so much for sharing, Joan. Wow. Oh, that brings my heart a lot of joy. Thank you.
Thank you.
And Suzanne, hi. How are you?
I'm well. How about you?
Good.
Can you see me? Okay. There we are.
There.
So, oh my gosh, I have never ever. Hi, nice to see you, and thank you for everything everybody says. Wow. I loved how you said, "How do I want my angels, my guides to show up?" Because I've been thinking, especially this morning, how I'm not using my sense of humor. I love to laugh. I love to have my sense of humor, and there's so many things that are hard, but it's just what a great way to think about that. So mine are funny. I want
you want them funny.
Well, I always laugh with God. I always say, oh, that's funny. I mean, we have conversations all day long, but I really like that. Thank you.
Oh, that's
Thank
awesome.
you.
I'm so
very
glad.
powerful.
Yeah.
Because I mean, why not? And also I want to be protected and be, it's just, what a great way to think about titling or asking them how we want them to show up. Thank you for that.
Absolutely. And I have to share that recently when I'm meditating, my uncle who's passed, something about him shows up, and he was funny. And he's not a person who I would have ever thought I would connect to as a guide or as a ancestor. Just never came up in my conscious mind to connect with this uncle. Never. And he is teaching me to lighten up.
Yeah.
And he's just funny. So I think that's I connect
That's
a lot
great.
to what you shared. And
it's so much fun.
Yeah, it's sometimes what we need.
Well, thank you for sharing that, and thank you for showing up for this. What a gift. And I need to talk to you soon. I'm ready to get going, so I'll be talking to you soon.
Oh, great. I'm excited to have you. Okay.
Thanks. Okay.
And Katie, how are you?
Hello. Hi, Magali. Hi, everybody. No, I'm good, thank you. Yes, that is so true, Suzanne. Me too. I've been trying too hard recently, I've realized they're too diligent and just remembering to smile when you said that, Magali, to bring like a lightness to it. Just anyway, when I do smile, it in meditation, it changes the atmosphere and it lightens me up. And obviously, when I get lighter and I just let it go, then it's just much easier to connect. But yeah, it's funny, isn't it? When often, for me, when I'm really kind of dedicated to practicing, I've really got to remember to be more light-hearted. And in fact, I had a big kind of my grandmother passed, which was wonderful, and it was time for her to go. But recently, I had an experience from kind of nowhere, really, that needed to happen, but she was holding my hands in it, and she was laughing at me. In this big dramatic kind of experience, and she was just holding my hands and she was just smiling at me, and I was just like, yeah, just she was funny as well, and it's just a really good reminder to me to just lighten up.
That's awesome. I love it. And it's interesting because we do all these energy practices to bring light in, right? But then the words lighten up, like they bring out joy, right? They bring out that humor. So.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you. It's good to see you. Oh, okay. And Joyce. Hi, Joyce.
Hi, Magali. Thank you. This was, as always, wonderful. So every part is, just so beautiful. And the one part that stood out to me was I was leaning against a tree. And then you said, maybe you're leaning or sitting against a tree. And I'm like, yes, I am. and in that moment, I was like standing and I entered inside the tree.
Oh, wow.
But then I went up to the top of the big redwood tree and I expanded out. And I just felt through the experience that my life was expanding and going out more into the world. And it felt really good. And what Joan said, it doesn't have to be so hard. And I think for me, it was like in the acceptance of what is, it was in that acceptance that I was able to reach out and expand.
Wow. That's incredible. I'm still with that. Like you went into the tree and wow. You have really beautiful experiences, Joyce. Thank you for sharing them.
Thank you for leading through it. You just have such a gift. So thank you for sharing.
Oh, thank you. And I have to admit, guys, I was a little nervous today. I didn't have a slideshow. And I was really trying to hand it over to my guides to lead there. And And then I get sometimes a little surprised because I get given certain things very strongly, like that thing about the pink and the heart. I don't know if anyone remembers in the beginning. That was not me consciously wanting to say that, but literally I feel this urgency to share something like that. And I never know, it feels more directed than I personally would want to be in guiding a meditation. So I guess I'm playing with it and I'm learning to evolve with that. And, you know, maybe the meditations will change a little bit and be a little more directed at times. We'll see. Yeah, you can see I'm a little bit like I have my very ordinary self gets a little worried, like, I like to keep it so open for everybody, but what if my guide wants to be very, I don't know, precise about the messages? It might be interesting. But of course, we all have our own agency, and any messages we get, we can filter and offer in the way that feels the most right for us in the time. So some of you are leading these meditations and learning to lead them. And those of you who are coming to the 2 p.m. class today, we are going to be practicing leading the higher self journey. And so we're going to talk about different options. Today's journey was a little different. If any of you have gone on the higher self journey in the past with me, we didn't do usually as much preparation. But I did want to just point out to everyone, whether or not you're coming to class, we prepared in the beginning first by inviting our imagination. We gave that permission to our imagination, our creative mind. What kind of guide or angel do we want? And then we did breathing, grounding, protection, filling with that light, the central channel of light, the light from the earth. We allowed that to go around ourselves as a bubble. And then I have to admit, I forgot to do clearing there. So we went to the place in nature, and then I remembered, oh, we didn't do the clearing I said we would do. So we did it in the place of in nature. So that's different than we normally do in this process. So we went to a part of that place in nature to receive clearing of some kind. And then we went to the second level, or the next place in nature. And that's where we met our guide or teacher about our true self. And that's where we brought our intention or question that we had planned before. And then we went back through, and boy, I had a lot of words for that path. The path, the stairs, the escalator, the elevator. And once I said all that, I felt like I had to keep repeating it, or someone might feel like, oh, she didn't give me my vehicle for, you know, going there. So that happens when you're leading a meditation, you know, you set something out there and then you want to take care of everyone who might be imagining it that way. I was reminded over and over again during that process that some of us do not see or hear or know in a guided process. We feel with our body. So the whole experience is more like a lightening inside, or a relaxation, or things are just releasing almost like on a muscular level in the body, or emotionally they're releasing. It could be something shows up like frustration, or a irritation of some kind, or something else. That is part of the healing process, and that will show up. And for quite a few people, including me often, the experience of a meditation journey is in the body. It's in the energy, not so much in the imagination. So that did come through over and over again, that I voice that for people who do experience it that way. And then when we left it, we made sure to acknowledge and honor our guide and ourself, and to spend a little time meditating in that inner peace and connection. That's different than often when I do these higher self journeys, just so you know. So I will make a transcript of this and add it to your classrooms, so you see the different ways. And when you guide this, of course, trust your intuition, but it is recommended in general in both shamanic counseling and in different forms of spiritual hypnosis, it is recommended that, and it's also recommended in Akashic Records journeys, that whenever you go like up a stairway, you go back down. When you go to one place in nature and then another, you go back through those different levels. It's a way, the way I experience it, I don't know if this is what the experts on it say, I have no idea, but the way I experience it is that the person needs, and the mind needs, to track that way. Just like if we're following a map somewhere in normal reality, we have landmarks, we know where to turn, we know what a street is called. It's the same in our inner dimensions of travel. We want these landmarks. And by the way, it's the same in lucid dreaming. We'll have certain markers that we know mean we're in a dream, and we'll have ways to shift our reality in a dream. So very similar to this kind of dimensional meditation, same thing to lucid dream practice. I always want to bring up lucid dreaming at the end of meditation group. Next meditation is going to be on dreaming. So because every time it shows up. So next one, dreaming. I'm putting a big note, dream. Okay. Be well, everybody. And are those new hands? Is that Suzanne? Is that a new hand? I'm unmuting
yeah, I
you.
just had a quick question.
Sure.
I just had a quick question about dreaming. So I had a dream last night, and it was from the past. And I woke up and I just, this is how I addressed it, and I'd like some input. I addressed it as, what does this have to do with obviously me, my subconscious? What's the mirror? So I had somebody say no to me, reject me. And so I took it as I'm rejecting myself, and I need to say yes to me, trust myself. So any input there?
I trust you. I think that's a great way to look at it. I sometimes it's a good thing to ask yourself, when you woke up, what was your feeling? And was there an emotion that you were releasing in the dream? So sometimes there's the reason we have a rejection in a dream or an attack or something fearful happening, our unconscious knows that we're safe to process that in the dream state. So rejection, if we're worried about being rejected in normal life, the dream state, the unconscious, will take care of us so we can experience it in that safe landscape of our own unconscious. That's how I view all dreams, both lucid dreams and non-lucid dreams, is that they are there to help us heal. And so we can set an intention also before going to sleep. I want to heal my fear of whatever, or I want to heal my relationship with my inner child. And the dream might give us that. So I don't know. That's just my
I look forward to next week.
Okay, absolutely. All right.
Thank you
care.
Again,
okay, guys, be well, and just give yourself an extra grounding before you return to ordinary life. And I look forward to the next time we meditate together. Bye-bye. And I'm just going to take a minute to put us on gallery view so I see you guys as we leave. All right. Be well, everybody. I hope you have a great day too, and hopefully a more peaceful day in some way, or maybe more energized. Okay. Bye, guys.